Hey everybody, I'm Yoav from Club 360 and this is...
I'm Magnus, also from Club 360. You might have seen me around sometime, somewhere in this space.
And today, Magnus, what we're going to talk about?
Well, today we're going to talk and show a little bit about stretching. So stretching is important to help increase range of motion and reduce stiffness and tightness in the muscles. So we're going to go through a very easy, quick partner drill that you can do at home or with your trainer here at Club 360. So let's move over to the stretching area. All right, welcome back everyone. We've moved to the stretching area and we're now going to stretch you up. You ready to get stretched?
I'm ready to get stretched.
Look how happy he is. So we're going to start with a hamstring stretch and just straight up like this. One thing that I like to do when I'm doing this stretch is that I like to put my other knee or a leg on the opposite leg. This will pin that leg down, making sure that it's not coming up and keeping the hip in a good position. You just push here until you get enough resistance, and optimally we want to get about 90 degrees here. So there. Something that you can do with all stretches here as well is that you can ask the client to press against. So if you press against my hand, then you take a deep breath, breathe out and relax. And in that motion, you put a little bit more pressure, and there you get some more range of motion. So what's happening when he's breathing in is that he's pushing down on his diaphragm, and then when he breathes out, that sends a signal relaxing the muscles. Now catch that relaxed muscle and push on a little bit. All right. From there, we're going to go into some hip rotations, just kind of warming up here before we go into that bent knee stretch. Here, and then we're going to go into a glute stretch like that. All right. Just hold here for a few seconds. Now from here, you naturally go into external rotation in the hip. And depending on what we're dealing with here, might be very stiff, or Yoav here actually has pretty good. Probably sitting on the floor a lot. You've been sitting a lot on the floor?
Always.
There you go. Sits on the floor all the time. Right. Is good?
Yep.
Right. Then from here, we're going to turn it around. We're going to push over, and depending a little bit on where we want to have a stretch, we can either push here and pin there, or we can do the opposite. We'll push and then pin in the shoulder. So we're going to start here and push down. From there, we're going to get a little bit of a more glute stretch, but also an SI joint stretch. Sometimes this one might click or pop. But here I'm using my opposite leg again to kind of hinder the other leg from following on. Alright. Then when we're having him here in this position, we're going to move him all the way over to the side. Good. Now we're going to do a quad and a hip flexor stretch. Pretty good stretch if you're sitting for long periods of time. Pull here, push down, and pull. So if we're pulling backwards just like this, then we're going more for a hip flexor stretch. But if we're going more for the bend in the knee, like this, bending in the knee here, then we'll get more of a quad stretch. So you can alternate a little bit by pulling here and also bending a little bit more in the knee to get both the core tension. And then you will of course do this on both sides. How is that? Good. Now we're going to move up. We're going to have him seated. So just here. And he's going to spread his legs a little bit. I'm going to put some gentle pressure on the back, push forward, and get an inside thigh stretch here. And of course, with lumbar sensitive patients, you don't want to push too much here or even at all, but for healthy individuals. How's that feeling?
Nice. Yeah, I feel more about my hamstring.
Hamstrings? Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends on where we're a little bit stiff as well. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Yoav has, done a lot of martial arts. Wouldn't be surprising that he's fairly flexible in his inside thighs. Good. Then we're going to move here. This one can be done in different ways depending on how you're standing. You can stand in completely, or you can lean in. So we're going to stretch the chest. Personally, I like to kind of use my leg here, but this can be pretty painful if people are sensitive. But if people like massage or they have a lot of muscle tissue here, then using it is fine. So you put your hands behind your head, and then we're just going to grab, and we're going to pull backwards like this. How's that?
Oh, that's great.
We're going to once again do that. Breathe in and pull back. So push against my hands and relax and breathe out. You get a lot of good range of motion there. Especially good for people sitting at this. And relax. Good. In this situation here, you can also finish off with a little bit of a back rub. All right, good job.
Thank you, Magnus.
Of course. All right, that's all for us. And be sure to try this stretching routine out and I hope you like it. All right, so we're back here. I hope you enjoyed that routine. Be sure to try it at home or try it here with us at Club 260 and tell us what you think. It's a quick routine that helps with so many range of motion improvements. And if you have any other questions or if you have any other interest in these things, be sure to check out our Instagram and follow our channel.
Bye, guys.